book is basically spreading propaganda.
She always says the whole ass name.
Love hypnosis. Hypnosis. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now you're probably wondering, why are you in your car? Where are you going? I am going to the library. I'm going to be reading the #1 bestseller to see if that book will get me into reading. Now, I don't read at all. In fact, I'm surprised I even know how to read because it's been so long. I just want to be a book girly. I want to have a TBR, to be read. TBR, yeah. And I want to have a cute little bookshelf, cute little bookmark, maybe like reading. Now, to prepare for this, I actually have a really cute outfit on that you will see shortly. I really wanted to get into that like little cute bookworm kind of girly vibe, so I'm really excited. Yay!
30 minutes till close and she's pretending to browse, all for a few seconds of B-roll no one asked for.
So I asked this very nice woman at the front, beautiful hair by the way, better than mine, and I told her that. Anyway, got these 3 books.
Don't be fooled. She left with 1 book. A wise move, since she could barely sound out the title.
It's so quiet in here. It's really weird to come to a library where it's actually quiet and people are actually working. I'm literally here to disrupt the peace. So she recommended 1 book called Love Hypnosis.
I told you.
Hypothesis. Hypothesis? Dude, oh my god, this is really embarrassing. I'm fighting these allegations I don't know how to read right now. Hypothesis. Little moment for the outfit. Isn't it so cute? I'm giving you all the angles. Okay, so I'm back in the car. That was so much fun. I'm gonna be honest, it was kind of nice to talk to people. Aw, library people are just such nice, sweet people. That's what I learned from this experience. My girl, Ali Hazelwood is gonna save me from my reading slump and my reading drought and my reading hiatus. Oh no, I dropped the book. That's a big no-no in the Hindu community. I gotta go pick this up. Hold on. I'm really excited to read. Also, side note, I really hope you like my outfit. It actually took me a hot minute to pick it up.
Unfortunately, she simply can't resist a dreadful karaoke interlude.
Mind the way I look because I all of a sudden just feel super sick. I've been like sneezing and sniffling and I'm not quite sure why. After some deliberation. Yo, I think I got stupider. I decided that I'm going to be reading The Love Hypothesis. I just assumed it was the bestseller.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. The Love Hypothesis was a bestseller.
Now I took some notes on my first impressions. I don't know what you were expecting from me, but I put a lot of effort into this, so you better like and subscribe. I did kind of read the summary. I tried to read the summary, but it's kind of blocked by the Toronto Public Library barcode. So I'm assuming that this book is about a fake relationship between these little lab rats, little chemistry club. Oh, wait, there's more to it. Why was I reading the little pink bit when there's more to the summary? I sound like I've never picked up a book in my life. So usually the books that I see trending on TikTok are full of spicy scenes. Do you even call that a scene if it's in book? So I'm wondering if this book with this cutesy little girly cover is gonna have all that, because why was it trending so much? I'm assuming it's a rom-com too. I feel like any romance book should be a comedy. Like there's no just romance book, is there? Like what kind of book has no comedy? I think at the end, obviously they have to get together. You know what? Based on the cover, I'm guessing that the guy is like some shy type and he's like a little like timid. And then the girl is like a go-getter. Is she a redhead? No, she's a brunette. Still, she's like a go-getter. She's like confident. She's like, ooh, I want you. And he's just like, oh, okay, whatever, because I'm shy and I don't care. Nonchalant. I think he's nonchalant and I think she's very chalant. Have I read anything like this before? I have no idea. I'm sure I've watched like shows and movies that have the same plot. I don't know. I think I'll like it. I think if it's a cute couple, like a little bit of banter, I don't think there's anything not to love. What I don't want to see is a sob story. I'm not in the mood to cry. I've already been crying. I don't have any tears left to cry.
Yeah.
So I just want this to make me laugh and give me hope and love or something. I don't know. And good ending. Obviously, they're gonna get together. I don't think it would go so crazy on TikTok if they didn't get together. That's my thoughts.
In pursuit of aesthetics, she read at the park, one chapter in, and the pages already had tear stains, not from the plot, but from the sheer terror of having to read actual words and her complete lack of STEM knowledge.
Okay, I'm back. I was so bored. I'm not gonna lie, it was so boring reading this. It's like dragging on. Like, get to like gossip, get to the point, get some crazy drama. Like, make her have this huge loan that she needs to pay off or she's gonna get like killed or something. I wish it was more dramatic. Like, it's very much just, I put sunscreen on him. Oh my gosh! Like, relax. Really not that serious. Literally, the major scenes were just the kiss, sunscreen, and her sitting on his lap. Half of these pages was literally just that. 3 major scenes. I sound like I don't like it. That's because I don't get it. I think I just wish there was something bigger happening. But I think we're gonna get a little crazy. And literally the next 2 couple chapters, one thing that I think is so annoying is the fact that Olive always calls Adam Carsland by his whole name. She'll be like, I can't believe I kissed Adam Carsland. We get it. We know. We were there. We heard. She always says the whole ass name. Oh my god. Sorry, I don't know why I'm so triggered. So I don't like how they made him so like attractive and hot because it's just cringe. It's like, he's so tall, 6-pack, what about it? He's not that big of a deal. I wish he was kind of ugly. I feel like that would have gave him more character. I wish he was more flawed. But at least so far, it didn't really dive deep into him and who he is. It's more of like, he's hot and like mean. But he's not even that mean. I like her story that she's trying to find a way to get a diagnosis for pancreas cancer faster, which is amazing. She does have more depth than Adam. I think her friend, Anne, is so annoying. Like, girl, please breathe. Literally focus on your own life. She is way too invested in Miss Girl Olive's life. I like the other guy, Marcus. Marcus is nice. But yeah, I just wanted to give my little thoughts so far. I'm still halfway. Maybe it'll get like crazy and way better and I'll get it. I'm gonna continue reading and I'll let you know my thoughts when I finish the book. Bye.
She's back at the park, convinced this time she'll finish the book. Will she succeed, or do what she does best, leave it half read and move on with her life?
Okay, I'm back. I feel like the only entertaining part about this whole book was honestly towards like the end. So when there was a quarter left of this book, this much of the book was interesting. And I think that's insane. Again, I don't read often, but I think a book should be interesting from the get-go. This was hard to read, all of this. There's no substance. It's so boring. All I know is that he's tall and he's hot. Nothing to go on. Yeah, he's smart and he's a professor. Okay, and what? Oh, he's rich? Give me something more. Another thing that I noticed is that during the spicy scenes, it was honestly like a reminder that this was written by a woman. If there was any doubt in my mind whether or not it was a girl who's writing this, I was reminded in those spicy scenes, it was this girl. She wrote this 100% because no man is that concerned about consent. Like, she was chilling and he's like, no, are you sure? I don't want you to regret it, this, that. And I was like, damn. It was actually like so funny reading it. I feel like it didn't do it for me because I was like, this is not realistic. So if you're a girl watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, man, that's so nice and sweet of him. Very rare. Maybe men are like that in a different dimension. I don't know. This book is basically spreading propaganda, I think. It's just a man. He's probably gonna disappoint you somehow. Oh my god. Also, there was no disappointment from him. I think he remained perfect throughout the whole book. There was no flaws. I think the only flaw in him that he had was that he was a workaholic, which wasn't even a big deal because he dropped everything and anything for her. And that he liked broccoli. I don't get why she made fun of him for that. One thing I liked, a positive note, is that I did like their banter. Even though it was kind of like, oh, actually I didn't like their banter. Hear me out, okay? I think he needs to come up with a better line. Smartass every time. That's the only thing you could think of. I could think of 10, 20, 30 other things you could say to her in response to those lines. And he's supposed to be the genius. He's supposed to be like so smart, nerd, know-it-all. Can't come up with anything else to say. Sorry, I think that's his flaw, actually. I take it back. He's not original. I like her lines a little bit more. I think she was a lot more creative. I don't really understand why she would always like make fun of him. Okay, actually, I don't really like her lines either. And I'm actually so sorry. I'm not trying to hate on a book, let alone a female writer. A female, very popular writer, might I add. I like, wait, I need to give a compliment. I think Malcolm is my favorite character from the whole book. An is annoying a little bit, but I do love her character as a person. Technically, it's not really An's fault for it being annoying. If she knew, she wouldn't have made her do all that, because that's weird. Ooh, I really love the plot twist with Tom. I really enjoyed that. Also, I think the fact that the harassment was being recorded by Olive on her phone by accident, I feel like that was revealed way too early, which kind of ruined the whole plot, because it was really interesting to think about how she was gonna tell Adam and what was gonna happen with her career, with everyone. I think there was a line where she says, "It must have been recording the whole time," and it's like, bruh. I really wish she mentioned that later on, but it wasn't, and I could see why it wasn't. I just wish it ended with like, oh, her phone ran out of charge. It wouldn't have spoiled the fact that she had proof. It would have made it more interesting and created more suspense. So here are my final thoughts. So was it worth the hype? I don't think it was. I feel like there are other books that are better, but honestly, I don't know, because I don't really read often, and this is the best book that the library recommended. So if this is as good as it gets, I'm kind of losing hope here. No offense. My favorite scene was when Olive realizes that the clip of her being harassed by Tom was recorded and her friends listened to it for her. I love that scene. It just shows how friends are, and they really do save you. I love the hypothesis for each chapter. I really love that. I think that whole concept really makes the book. Spice level, I would say this is pretty spicy. I mean, it is only one chapter, 2 chapters maybe, but I think it's pretty crazy. Emotional damage, 0. I felt nothing. I was not sad at all. Rating out of 10. I would give this book a 4. I give it a 4 out of 10. And not because it's not like a good story. I think it's a great story. I think the characters are great. I just think it could have been more in depth. I realized that she wasn't afraid to add pages. Because to me, this is a big book. I know people read like Harry Potter and it's huge or whatever. But to me, this is a big book. And I feel like with this many pages, you could have had more depth in like them as a couple. I feel like it was more like individual. They could have delved deeper into their connection and them together. But they didn't. They only talked about the 3 recurring events. Sunscreen, sitting on lap, and kiss. Kiss singular. By the way, singular. This was very much Wattpad. Last question, did it make me want to read more in general? Yes, I really enjoyed picking up a book and like reading it and making my neck hurt from like weird positions because I'm trying to read it at night and there's no light and I can't see the words. I really enjoyed it. And I know that sounds like I didn't enjoy it, but I do. Something about like getting cramps from reading a book is just so cutesy to me. I actually do love it.